Good evening, our beloved viewers. You are watching our live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Coming up, the headlines. A launching ceremony of the Entry CDC Summer Cultural Competition. And on the international scene, suffering and skateboarding as new official disciplines. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The Minister of Trade and Tourism, Mr. Mohamed Warsama Dirie, took part in a virtual ministerial meeting to advance negotiation to reduce harmful fisheries schedule and a common set of question guided minister who discussed the way to forward for the negotiation. At the end of the meeting, the Director General of the summarized guidance given by the Minister of Negotiator and how to discuss should proceed. Therefore, the first two sessions organized according to members' time zones were devoted to the ministerial responses to the question that the Director General and Ambassador had circulated to delegation in advance. The minister made a 3-minute intervention after opening remarks by the the Director General, the report by the chair of the fisheries subsidies negotiation, Ambassador Mr. Santiago said at the end of the meeting, the ambassador summarized on his own responsibility the point discussed by the minister. The Director General made a final statement on the own responsibility surrounding the guidance ministers gave to negotiators on how the discussion should proceed. Therefore, and now the Neighborhood 5 Community Development Center hosted Thursday evening the launching ceremony of the Intercity Summer Cultural Competition, early awaited by young people. Upon her arrival at the CDC, the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibo Mumin Assoui, accompanied by the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble, and the UNICEF representative in Djibouti, Ms. Melva Johnson, is greeted by the standing ovation, which spoke volumes about the enthusiasm of a proud youth to finally see a ministry dedicated entirely to her, whose contribution found great hope of development in her favor. The participation officials and high personalities present on the site attended the parade of groups of young girls and boys in traditional costume under the leadership of their respective directors representing the various cities of the capital competing for this cultural competition. The Intercity Summer, this is followed by the series of modern musical songs in national language sung by the acclaimed big star, the Djiboutian star song, such as Gesso da Baizid, and musical events to the rhythm of which the young people vibrate on the spot, followed by sketch and humorous pieces, both focusing on prevention awareness, such as respect for barriers, gesture, specifically and urgent, and the call for vaccination. The only viable realization community development center whose devastating effect on all levels are typically throughout the world. And now, for his part, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble, thanked the Minister of Youth and Culture, Ms. Hibo, for her invitation, warmly saluting the hundreds of young people present in this city. The Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdille, said he was amazed by this evening, which gives him freshness and gives him a new lease of life. For me, he said, this is an opportunity to extend and strengthen his local health policy. Dr. Ahmed, for the occasion, called for an urgent vaccination because, according to him, only the vaccine can surely protect us against this viral epidemic, especially since the more viral killer Delta and South African variant awaits us has already arrived the neighboring countries. Finally, for her part, the Minister of Youth and Sport, the Youth Culture, Dr. Hibu Mumin Asobe, surrounded by her close collaborators, welcomed the organization of this event to launch cultural competition with the skills of the minister address, and her thanks to the organizer of this ceremonial events, to the host who responded, many young people who had come. Like the other region of the interior and the capital, the Dakhel region sport department under the aegis of Mr. Jama Hersi Sheikh launched the summer tournament this Friday, July 23, in the capital, in the region of Dakhel. This launching ceremony saw the participation of the authorities of the region, including the president of the regional council of Dakhel, Mr. Abdurrahman Yonis Are, and the representative of the prefecture, Mr. Fouad Bakr, who gave the quick-off. Yesterday, marked by the official start of Olympic Games with the traditional opening ceremony, all with the sport delegation each representing the country and belonging to great Olympic family. With the traditional opening ceremony, all the sport delegation, each representing the country, mark in joy and particularly in a spirit of unity and belonging to the great Olympic family. This ceremony takes place in strict compliance with the health measures and instructions related to the COVID-19. The Djiboutian delegation is represented by judo, and with the flag bearer, the judo and the African Games silver medals, Dakar opened, and the Global 2019 and 2021 along this elite, the figure of Djiboutian sport, and all our wishes were focused the success for this young Djiboutian who is always hungry for the victories and who attend to play Djibouti in the court of a great nation of the world sport. And now moving on to the international scenes, Tunisia received more than 500,000 vaccine from France on Thursday, as well as an oxygen, the latest in Tunisia donation on this country by the COVID-19 pandemic. In total, Paris had supplied doses of this vaccine, including through the COVAX initiatives, to which will soon be added 500,000 doses of Johnson single-dose vaccine. Faced with the COVID-19, Tunisia, a country of 12 million people has now taken delivery of around 3.2 million doses of vaccines, and it's expected to have obtained more than 5 million by mid-August. Saudi Arabia, the United States, and China have also supplied the vaccine to Tunisia, where the vaccination campaign has long been slacked mainly for lack of doses. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.